Now, some of you probably already know what's in here, but the ones that don't, I cut this open before and looked inside, but I didn't unpack it. And what this is, and this is going to be first giveaway right here, is a beehive. Hoover hives. If y'all know anything about them, let me know. Here's a little thank you for your order thing. Look at it. There's y'all coupon code right there. If you need a coupon code, is it still good? Yep, 12/31/20. I get that over here closer to me. Boy, this thing is heavy now too. Let me tell you, it's not something lightweight. And I put this plywood in here on the table where I can spread this stuff out and show you guys. I've never opened any of this up and looked at it, so this is first time for myself as well. So just bear with me here. I can't even begin to describe to you what each one of these pieces are because I am a novice, or more than a novice. I have no experience. But I can tell you from some reading that I did on these, like when the reviews, you know, this come in and you've got to put a lot of it together yourself. Man, it smells good. Holy, oh man, that smells so good. This isn't painted. Man, it just smells so good. I wish y'all could smell this. I gotta get all these out. And I'm sure those are little sections that need to be kept up with. This has got that finish on it that's rubbed with beeswax. So it's a beeswax finish on it. Put all of those out there together. See, they're rubber banded together. I'm sure I need to keep them together. Yeah, I remember when the delivery driver brought these, he said, it is a heavy box. Let's get on in here. We'll get all these wood slats on out. I think each one of these is for the screens or trays or whatever you want to call them in there. I'm a novice. I don't have any correct terminology. This is just something new that I want to try. So I read about them. People were carrying on too about that wonderful smell. Man, you can smell it even in here on these trays. Man, yeah, and they got some stickiness to it, so they've already kind of implanted these. Oh yeah, you can feel that with, I guess, honey-like stuff right there, maybe beeswax or something that's probably going to be a good attractant for them right there. But there's those trays right there. And I tell you, oh, I feel my fingers sticky now. Yeah. Tell you, I'll say it again. I have zero clue what I'm doing. No clue what I'm doing. I do know things that I read though, and it comes to these nails, and there's a bunch of this has to be nailed together. And so many people in the reviews that I read, quite extensively, some people wrote some pretty long reviews, how much they love this beehive, but that wood being hard, and this here is like a pine, that when they would drive some of these nails in there, it would split the wood. And so some of them were pre-drilling, and some of them had decided to use a brad nailer instead. And I have one of those, and I'm kind of thinking about taking their advice and doing the brad nailer. Some people have drilled and went and bought small screws. That might be a good idea too. I've got a pretty good inventory of screws here. Hadn't read the instructions yet, so I don't know which screws go to what part and put together. I would assume these would probably be on those small little frames here, but I could be wrong. But let's pull it on out more and we'll be able to see the finish here. You see that? It's all rubbed with beeswax. Now, in the reviews, they said that it didn't look like it had enough on it. The company had replied back to them and told them that it did. You know, just you know, some places are going to look drier than others and all, like I see right there. I'm not sure. The company swears it has enough on it. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But they suggest that you could get beeswax and refinish it ever so often, and maybe hit those dry spots and stuff if there's some places that soaked up more than others when they coated it. So I guess beeswax, you know, that's probably pretty readily available, so that'd be a good idea. They suggested not to paint over that beeswax, And yeah, and these look coated really good right here. Yeah, you can see it's thick on there. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty. You can really see the beeswax on it here. Well, I am excited to put this together. Look at all this beautiful wood. So this is just going to repeat and repeat and repeat down here. But there's one particular piece I'm looking for. I want to show you guys. I haven't seen it personally with my eyes, but oh, there it is right there. I just wanted to see that. I had read that it came embossed with their insignia on it, and people have wrote that they like to see even those little bees on the end of the box. Boy, I got some work here now, I'll tell you, to put this thing together. You see how many small pieces there is? I think it's why Brad and I help. Oh yeah, it's got it on all these pieces, these little like drawers or whatever here. Yeah, look at that. That is like burned or embossed in there. That's pretty cool. Hoover Hives. Hoover Hives. That is pretty neat right there now. I like it. I like it. And I'll sit down a couple more pieces, and I'll probably sit some back in here. This is going to be, there's more parts to it. One of them is either going to be the top or the base. I'm going to have to work my way down through it. Well, there you have it right there. This is my rainy day, another rainy day project. I've been in here putting down tiles in this room right here on the floor on the rainy days. And I only do a few at a time because I tell you what, I'm not the young guy that I used to be. And man, being down in that floor for a while, it gets me. So I do a few, mix up a small batch of mud, I do a few, and I take a break. And I do a few, and I take a break and do something else. Get up and stretch. It's hard. I used to do that endless hours, but this is life. Anybody young watching this, remember, don't mock me, because that same scenario is coming for you fast. And I tell you, I absolutely know I'm not packing this back the way I found it, but I don't need to pack it back 100% because I am about to start putting this together.